morning, Kentuckiana. It is 6 a.m. here on your Wednesday, and we're glad you're joining us. I'm Grace McKenna.
I'm Jim Stratman. Thanks for starting your morning with us here on WHAS11. Meteorologist Matt Breland back with us today as well. And Matt, I mean, you didn't miss anything when you were gone. It's the same weather forecast we've been dealing with.
It was sunny, hot, and dry.
Not even close.
Oh, okay. Well, it will be that today. How about that? We do have a nice start to our morning. Temperatures ranging into the upper 60s for us here in downtown. Over towards Bowmanfield, the lower 60s. Winds out of the northwest around 3 miles per hour. Plenty of clear skies continuing with us, staying a bit cooler this morning for a handful of us in Kentuckiana. 57 Bedford, 59 Scottsburg, 58 Shepherdsville, 62 Hodgeville, 63 for you folks near Mumfordville. The satellite and radar continues to show quiet and clear conditions all across the Ohio Valley this morning. You'll notice that we're not tracking any incoming clouds or showers. It's going to be another sunny summer day for us across Kentuckiana. Quiet, calm, and dry. A few very small higher level clouds for you folks closer towards our eastern counties near Frankfort, Newcastle, and Bardstown. But otherwise, it's going to be another sunny day. You can expect those clear skies to be around when you're hopping on the school bus here in the next few hours with temperatures in the mid-60s. And then once we see that sunshine, temperatures warming up quickly into the upper 80s and the lower 90s throughout our afternoon time. The clear skies lasting all throughout the day, very quiet and fairly tolerable throughout the afternoon. Even though the temperatures will be reaching the upper 80s, the lower 90s, the humidity still remains fairly low. That's going to keep the air feeling still a bit light. As we go throughout the next upcoming days, we will remain in this warm trend. I'll have all the details about that coming up in a few short minutes. Here's an update on traffic this morning. Just as of recently, we did have a small crash that happened a few moments ago. This is located over in southern Louisville. This is on Highway 1065 on the outer loop westbound at Grade Lane. Keep that in mind if that is part of your commute this morning. Otherwise, we're still looking good to go across all of the Louisville Metro. Jim, Grace?
Matt, thank you. Today, Brooks Houck and Joseph Lawson are set to learn their sentences. They were convicted in July in the death and disappearance of Bardstown mother Crystal Rogers.
Judge Charles Sims will ultimately decide whether or not to take the jury's recommendation of a maximum sentence for both of those men. WHAS11's Alexander Goldberg gives us a preview of what we can expect.
Look at Crystal's family, look at her kids, look at Sherry. Don't you think they need to know where their mother's buried?
You had the chance to do the right thing, and you could have spoke up. You could have told the truth.
The high emotion seen during the sentencing for Steve Lawson will return to the Nelson County courtroom Wednesday for the final sentencing of two men convicted in the murder of Crystal Rogers. A jury recommended Brooks Houck serve the maximum penalty, life in prison for his murder conviction. The jury also recommended Joseph Lawson be sentenced to 25 years in prison for conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with physical evidence. Crystal Rogers' family is expected to give victim impact statements. For accomplice Steve Lawson's sentencing in August, family pleaded with the judge for the harshest punishment. Crystal's uncle, Mike Ballard, spoke directly to Lawson.
I could stand up here and go on and on about what a worthless, despicable, pitiful, thoughtless, gutless person you are. But I really don't have to say what everyone already knows.
But first, the judge will take up any motions. Lawson's attorney said they filed a motion to set aside his guilty verdict or grant him a new trial, citing several arguments. One of them, Lawson should have been tried separately from Houck.
Whenever you're joined with another defendant, there is risk of loss of control over the narrative and over the defense.
Prosecutors responded saying the decision to try the two men together was fair. They also responded to a request from Houck for a new trial, arguing he did receive a fair trial. Wednesday, the Ballard family will lay eyes on the two men once more before they receive their sentence.
Legal analyst Nick Mudd will join Alexandra as well as our own Doug Proffitt tonight to break down the sentencing. You can watch that special at 9 o'clock on the free WHS 11 Plus app. Download that app on your TV and you can watch for free.
And LMPD says it's made an arrest in the death of a woman found shot in the woods at Shawnee Park 2 days ago. 27-year-old Michael Bullock is charged with murder, abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. According to a police citation on Sunday, he was seen with the victim, Rachel Hughes, leaving a laundromat off Bardstown Road. Police say both were then seen arriving at the Shawnee boat ramp where Hughes walked in front of Bullock. Cameras in the area showed that's when Hughes was shot and Bullock fled the scene. Police say he came back with another person who allegedly helped him hide Hughes's body. Hughes's mother, Tammy Bryant, says police called her about the arrest last night. Bryant says she has never seen Bullock before and believes Hughes did not know him before Sunday. She says that she is grateful to the detectives for a quick arrest. Bullock's arraignment is set for this morning, and Bryant told WHAS11 that she will be there. This morning, Indiana authorities are searching for a missing 72-year-old man once convicted of murder.
State police issued a silver alert for Roger Caldwell, who hasn't been seen since 8:30 Friday morning in Scottsburg after he left a halfway house. Police say that he could require medical assistance and he may be a danger to himself and the public. Caldwell was released from prison earlier this year after spending decades behind bars for a 1996 murder.
Yeah, a jury found Caldwell guilty of shooting a groundskeeper at a Boy Scout camp in Charlestown, Indiana. He was also deemed mentally ill. Scott County Sheriff Jerry Gooden told us he's not sure why Caldwell was recently released from prison to the Oxford House, an addiction recovery facility in Charlestown. And Caldwell is said to be 6'2" with gray hair and blue eyes. He was last seen wearing a gray shirt and blue pants. In other news this morning, a judge has closed one of former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll's civil cases, ordering him to pay back nearly $1 million.
Yeah, Knoll is currently serving a 12-year prison sentence for spending millions in public funds on himself, his friends, and his family. Judge Roger Duvall sided with the Attorney General's office Tuesday, ordering Knoll to repay $918,000 for financial crimes as sheriff. But the AG's office is also arguing it's entitled to damages, which could nearly triple the total that's owed. Judge Duvall will rule on that here in the coming weeks. Well, after a lifetime of leaving a place better than how she found it, a South End advocate may soon be getting some long overdue recognition at her final resting place. Rosa Phillips spent her life working to improve Louisville's South End, leaving her name on a city street, an elementary school, and even a state highway marker. But out at Cave Hill Cemetery, her own grave remains unmarked. Now, the Iroquois Neighborhood Association is working on plans to change that. Member Stephanie Buzan says that the group wants to honor Phillips by replicating her husband's tombstone, so the pair will be remembered side by side.
Hearing her story and understanding her accomplishments and knowing that she does not have a recognition of her final resting place at Cave Hill Cemetery next to her husband really just kind of hit home with me, and I wanted to do something about that.
The effort is still in the fundraising stage. They've gathered just about $1,100 so far towards their goal of $2,500. Now, the hope here is to raise the money to be able to install that marker by the start of Women's History Month in 2026.